Hey y'all, and welcome to the Hillbilly Chicken Ranch. I'm Susan, your hostess, and we're out here at the #GrowBig24 garden. I'm going to be companion planting my zucchini and also the Peter peppers. So I've already planted some marigolds in this bed. I've got three different types, I got three different plants of zucchini growing. I'll tell you what that is in a moment. But I also picked up some Temptation Peaches and Cream sweet corn at the Amish community. Paid $2 for that, and it's quite full. It's about a quarter of the bag full. So I'm going to be planting that along with some pole beans, and these are the King of the Garden pole beans. These are butter beans from 2020, and I'm going to be planting some of these in here as well, just in the center of the bed. The idea is to have the three sisters growing together. The marigolds will help keep aphids and other bugs away, and planting beans and squash with your corn helps keep the raccoons and squirrels and other animals that might come in and try to eat your vegetables. So that's the idea of the three sisters. Plus, the beans puts nitrogen back into the soil, and that helps the other plants to grow. And so we want to do that here. And these beans, I'm probably only going to plant maybe 6 beans, 6 or 8, and 4 stalks of corn. Now, a lot of people say don't plant your corn close together, don't plant your plants close together. I am of the school of thought where your plants will thrive off one another. They will cross-pollinate easier. And we have grown corn in a 3x3 square and had an abundance of corn. So I'm looking forward to having some peaches and cream and some butter beans on our table. So let me get my camera situated so that you can see me actually planting. All right, I think I've got you where you can actually see what I'm going to be doing. I got a pair of gloves here. Let me get them on. Actually, I only need one glove. So the idea is you're going to plant your corn close together. So we're going to just dig some holes here. And I've got a few weeds that I need to be pulling anyway out of this bed. So the corn is over here. Set my beans down for a minute. And these are covered with a rooting hormone. That's all that color is on there. So I'm just going to put 2 seeds in each hole. And then I'm going to go back and I'm also going to add in 2 butterbean seeds to each hole. That butterbean seed is cracked. I think I'm going to grab a different seed. You want your seeds to look decent. And I've got 1 more hole to fill. So 2 more butterbeans in there. And then I'm just going to cover these seeds about 1/2 inch. And there is biochar in this soil, y'all. We have biochar in here. And I'm excited to have that biochar in here. That's biochar, y'all. So there's biochar in this soil. This is horse manure. I'm going to come back and I'm going to water this in the center and get that growing. Get another weed out. While I'm sitting here, I got another butter bean that needs to go back in the bag. And we'll save them for another day. And I'll be planting some more of my peaches and cream corn in my larger garden as well, but I wanted to do the Three Sisters out here for the squash. Just a little bit of weeding. I'm going to bring the camera back and show you what it looks like in my bed. And then we'll move on to the Peter peppers. I got a leaf in there. I'm going to leave that in there. That's going to dry up, and that will be some extra fertilizer in my bed. These are the Black Beauty Zucchinis, and I have planted 5 little marigold plants here, and the zucchini are doing really, really well. I just want to make sure that we're going to get the best crop we possibly can out of this, and so in the center there is where I planted the corn and the butter beans that are pole beans. All right, this is the Peter pepper bed, and I do not have a lot of Peter peppers showing. I've got 2 here, 2 there, 1 there, 2 there, and I've got a little bit of weeds in here that needs to come out. So, oh, and I have two there. I've also thrown some banana peels in there to kind of release some nitrogen into the soil. We don't need plastic in here. So everything else looks good. That might be a Peter pepper there as well. These are weeds. All right. So I've planted some marigold in here as well. Marigolds will keep aphids and other nasty critters away from your plants. And I went down to the DG store and I picked up some seed yesterday. I wanted flower seed to put out in my big field of sunflowers. So this is sweet basil, and I'm going to plant these in this bed along with some cilantro. Cilantro doesn't last as long, but I like having cilantro and coriander in my spice cabinets. So growing these will be great. And then later on I can turn this bed into maybe a raised herb bed. But for this year it's going to be for the Peter Pepper Grow Big 24. Let me get my glove on again. And I'm going to plant these. I'm going to plant the basil in the middle. And the reason I'm planting the basil in the middle is because it will bush out. And I don't want it to overpower my other plants. But I do want to get a good crop out of the basil this year, because I'm running low in the house. So I'm just going to scrape back some soil. I'm going to move my camera so you can see what I'm doing. And I'm going to show you again the biochar that is in this soil. It's absolutely fabulous. Okay, again, I'm going to point out the Peter peppers that are coming up. I've got 2 here. I've got 1 there. I've got 2 here. I've got 2 here. And 2 here. So we've got quite a few more than I thought in there, but that's okay. So I've got 2 packages of the sweet basil, and I'm going to put that into the center. And I'm sowing it heavy because I want a good crop of my sweet basil. And these little packages really do not put a lot of seed in them. So that's sweet basil there. And let me get the other package open. Okay, all the sweet basil's in there. And so I'm just going to sprinkle the soil over the top of that. You don't have to bury them deep. And there is a lot of biochar in here. There's a piece of biochar there. Just breaks apart in your hand. It's absolutely wonderful. And so I'm going to look and see where my peppers are at. And I've got the least amount of peppers on this side of my bed. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to plant some of that cilantro here. And then I'm going to patch in another patch right in here, since I've got 2 packages. And these are by American Seed. That's what they look like. So I'm just going to sprinkle them in there. And sprinkle. And then I'm just going to cover those with the soil and come back and water those. We're expecting rain for the next 3 days. So I'm hoping we're gonna get enough rain to get these seeds started. And hopefully these seeds come up. So everything is planted and ready to go. And I'll show you this from a top view as well. Get a couple more of my weeds out of here. It's best to get these weeds when they are small. It's so much easier to pull them out than when they get bigger. Get my packages in my thing. I've planted marigolds in with the Peter peppers all around the edge. And there's another marigold. Peter pepper, marigold. And there is another Peter pepper and a marigold here and a marigold here. And I'm going to come back and let you see. This is what it looks like so far. Doesn't look like much, but it is all in there. I've got a couple of seeds that popped out of the soil. I'm just going to poke those down in there. Don't want them out of the soil. So this is hashtag GrowBig24, hosted by Grow Big TV. Go visit Joe and Corky over at Grow Big TV. They have a live with lots and lots of great information. We have Black Beauty Zucchini, Watermelon Radish, Mammoth Sunflowers, Dr. Wyches Tomatoes, Detroit Dark Red Beets, and Peter peppers. Thank you, my friends, again for watching, and may you be fully blessed.